their portion of the midwinter and maybe get some momentum going into next weekend's big doubleheader against DuQuoin and Benton. But they're going to face a Cairo team today that is going to be the quickest and fastest team of the 4 they've played so far.
Absolutely, and this has been a head scratcher tournament for the Carterville Lions when they opened up play against El Dorado. Of course, the number 6 team in the state at the time, but El Dorado comes away with a 60-53 win. That was just an aggravating, disappointing loss. Then, in the game 2, it was the 52-50 loss to West Frankfort. That was an aggravating loss. But last night, Carterville, 11-point lead heading to the fourth quarter, faced a full-court pressure defense by the Bearcats. Bearcats get within 1, but it was a big block and rebound by Luke Ford late. And free throws by Luke Ford that preserved the win for the Lions, and they come away with a 64-59 win over a very hardy Christopher Bearcat team.
Yeah, sometimes you got to be good, sometimes you got to be lucky, and sometimes you have to be both, and that's what Carterville was last night in the fourth. You talked about the block by Ford that kind of helped seal the deal, but also Pedigo had a wide-open 3 at the top of the key. If he makes that, it ties the game, and who knows what happens then, because Carterville's probably at that point thinking, oh my gosh, here we go again. But Pedigo missed the 3. Carterville held on. And as I said earlier, Cairo will be the fastest, quickest team they have played in this tournament, and they can shoot the 3 very well. So Carterville's going to have their hands full yet again today.
This Lions broadcast, it is brought to you by Crystal's Catering. Crystal's Catering and more than you expected, more memorable for your guest. And don't forget to visit online, crystalsgoodfood.com. No event is too small or too large. Crystal's Catering, they will customize a menu to fit your budget and preferences. Once again, visit crystalsgoodfood.com. Carterville Lions, Lady Lions, played in the championship game of the Carbondale Mid-Winter Classic today. And they knocked off the host school, Carterville Lions, Carbondale Lady Terriers, 51-43. What a tournament for Megan Barrett. Of course, this week was selected as the Southern's Player of the Week for our area. And in this game, she winds up with 25 points in the game, voted MVP of the tournament. Janiah Thompson was all-tourney for the Lions. The Lady Lions now, Scott, run their record to 20-3 on the season. Heron Tiger ladies are having a fantastic year. Carterville ladies are having a great year as well.
And I just wonder, I don't know if you know this, if Heron and Carterville girls will be in the same regional in a couple of months, about a month and a half, I guess.
We need to talk to Mr. Fester right there. I bet he knows the answer to that question for us, and Bob Fester will. Bob, join us. We're talking about the Carterville Lady Lions, and the question was raised. We were talking about how such a good season the Heron Tigers, Lady Tigers, are having in Carterville. Do you know, would they play in the same regional?
I haven't heard anything about the regional yet, Dave. That's yet to be announced by IHSA, I believe.
Well, it was you went over to the game, quite a game for the Lady Lions.
Yeah, the Lady Lions played fantastically. They held a really good South 7 team in Carbondale to 2 first-quarter points. Megan Barrett was sensational. She was really clutch down the line. She hit 5 of 6 free throws when the game was still sort of in doubt.
Wow. Carterville, winner of the Carbondale Mid-Winter Classic over the Carbondale Terriers today, 51-43. Thank you, Mr. Bob.
Anytime, Dave.
Bob Fester joining us here on our pregame show. We're going to go on and take our first break of the game as well. When we come back, we'll be just a couple of minutes away from tip. You're listening to Lions basketball on NewsRadio WJPF.
When do we turn in our all-tournament ballot?
I don't know. I haven't seen
anyone.
Mr. Glodich anywhere.
I'm guessing probably at halftime of the championship.
Probably. Robert, let's go 2 minutes here, please.
It is halftime of the championship. No, between the championship and the game here.
Halftime of the game before the top. Halftime of the next.
Robert, we sound okay on your end? Okay.
I was torn between Spell and the more I think about it, I probably
Spell had a bad game last night. Nessler had a big game, so.
Who you go vote for Carterville?
I've been Taylor now. I think he's been most consistent.
Ford had one great game, but Taylor,
Right. He's been more consistent.
the other thing he does, he'll come up with a double every game.
Yeah, quietly sometimes.
Back at West Frankfort, it's Dave McKenzie with Scott Hudson on a Saturday evening. Carterville is preparing to take on the Cairo Pilots here. This is a game, Scott, that is going to be for 5th and 6th place in the Mid-Winter Classic.
Yeah, I don't think Carterville expected to be playing this early on Saturday. I think
No.
at the very least they were going to be playing at 7 o'clock in the third place game. But, Carterville, the tough loss to El Dorado, the heartbreaking loss to West Frankfort, both those losses were games that Carterville could have won, and it really was just mental breakdowns, I think, that cost them in both those games, especially the West Frankfort game. But it is what it is, and Carterville rebounded last night, had a great first half, a shaky fourth quarter, held on to beat Christopher. And I'm interested to see how, Carterville comes out and plays again, about 24 hours later from having played. Of course, Carroll, the same for them as they beat Anna Jonesboro to get to this 5th place game. I think it'll be a good test for both teams.
Well, and we touched on the fact that Luke Ford made a great defensive play really to save the game for the Lions. Went to the line, shot the free throws. But let's talk about the rest of the game that the 6'7" junior had. He wound up with 24 points. He had 11 points in that fourth quarter, and I think he only missed one, maybe two shots in the entire game. Scott, he in the last, 7 games, 8 games, he has really come along for the Lions and has shown that if you get him the ball in the paint, down low, 10 feet and in, he's going to put the ball in the basket.
And he's only a junior, so he's going to be back next year. He's kind of learning the game of basketball, so to speak, because he didn't start playing basketball again till high school. But he's the type of kid that he's smart. He knows how to play the game, and a lot of times players try to speed the game up, which causes problems. Luke normally lets the game come to him. In other words, he kind of surveys the situation and then goes. I think the only thing with Luke that is of concern is that he tends to get in foul trouble at times and it has to come out of the game because of that. If he's not in foul trouble, as we saw last night, there are very, very few players that can actually stop him because even though somebody may be a little taller than him, they're not as strong as he is.
Not as powerful,
and he
exactly.
can just bully his way to the glass.
I saw him this afternoon as they were boarding the bus at the school, and I've been calling him Superman. And he walked in the door, and I said, well, look at that, Superman. He goes, I like that. I like that name. But here was what was impressive, too. He, after practice following the West Frankfort game, he spent about 30 minutes working on his free throws. And Coach Drust worked with him. And last night in that game, he went 5 for 6 from the line, but he hit all 5 of his free throws in that fourth quarter. He had 3 buckets in the fourth quarter. He has the 11 points. He winds up with 24. He was our player of the game. And Carterville needs another big game from Luke Ford. They need a big game from Taylor Heil. Taylor needs a big game tonight. And we need to see the guards. We need to see Jackson. We need to see Beasley and Justin Johnson all come out. I'd like to see them spread the ball around, everybody get in the flow, and let's see what this Lions team is made of.
Yeah, Carterville shot the ball well last night as a team. I think they shot about 53% from the field, but most of those shots were in the paint. Carterville did hit some long-range shots early, but I think it's the consistency from the outside that Coach Hawkins is looking for. Guys like Dylan Moore. Dylan Moore started out like a house on fire early in the season, the Pyramid Plus tournament. Mm-hmm. Since then, he's kind of cooled off. He seems a little hesitant to take that three-point shot when he's open. But Carterville does have players that can take those shots and make those shots. But sometimes it just comes down to confidence, and you just gotta let the thing go.
And last night in that game, Blake Jackson had a pair of threes to open the quarter, and then he had one there in the third. Also, Brendan Beasley finally was hitting some shots last night, kind of got going, and did a nice job out running the point for the Lions. And they need a complete game. They piece things together. Last night, the issue that the Lions ran into was handling that press, that full court press. They talked and worked their way through that. Against West Frankfort, they didn't distribute the ball well. They worked on that in practice. They did a nice job getting the ball down low last night, working it into the paint, spreading the ball around, but they had trouble with the press. They worked on that, I'm sure. We'll see an improvement in how they handle the press because that's what they're going to see tonight.
Yeah, Cairo will bring the pressure. And the other thing about Cairo, I've watched them in a game and a half in this tournament. In years past, Cairo has been a team that kind of plays helter-skelter. This is a very disciplined Cairo team, at least compared to some of the other Cairo teams.
We are just about seconds away from the start of this ball game. It is your Carterville Lions preparing to take on the Cairo Pilots. And the starting lineup for your Carterville Lions this evening will be the regulars. It'll be wearing number 3, Blake Jackson, the senior guard for the Lions. The 5'10 senior guard. It will also be Justin Johnson, number 5, the 6'2 junior for the Lions. Running the point once again for Carterville, Brendan Beasley, the 5'9 senior point guard, wears number 30. Luke Ford, number 33, the 6'7 junior at one forward, and Taylor Heil, the 6'6 senior, wears number 50 at the other forward. So again, Jackson, Johnson, Beasley, Ford, Heil, the starting lineup for the Carterville Lions. We're waiting on the announcement of who the starters are going to be for the Cairo Pilots here this evening. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by Charlie's Air Conditioning and Heating. Charlie's Air Conditioning and Heating in downtown Carterville for over 30 years. Certified York dealer, and they service all brands. You can call 985-2502. It's Charlie's Air Conditioning and Heating. Go online. Visit charliesairconditioningandheating.com. The Cairo Pilots are being introduced right now by the PA announcer for West Frankfort. We are at Max Morris Gymnasium. Love this place. Small crowd. Cairo has traveled well this evening. Nice crowd here from the Carterville Lions. Also, want to give a shout out to the Carterville cheerleaders today as they finished 5th out of 11 teams at the Carterville Invitational Cheer Competition at home today. That was quite an ordeal. 16 teams competed, and the cheerleaders load up and they head to Breeze, I believe, tomorrow for another competition as they prepare for sectionals next weekend. And that's to qualify for the state basketball tournament.
And the Cairo Pilots in their black uniforms with blue trim. Their numbers, I've got 4 of their starters. I'm having trouble finding I did not get the lineups before the game. And the numbers are just, well, when they come down on this end of the floor, I got 4 of the 5, so.
Well, we'll go with those. They're going to be starting number 11, Demarius Taylor. Demarius Taylor is a 5'9 junior. They're going to be starting James Vaughn, wears number 13, the 5'7 sophomore. Jamon Brown, he is a 6'2 senior, wears number 21, and Malachi Brown, number 31, the 6'2 junior for the Cairo Pilots. Carterville gets final instructions from head coach Shane Hawkins. The Pilots are ready to go. They're at midcourt, and we appreciate you tuning in and listening to Carterville Lions sports, specifically basketball, here on News Radio WJPF. And don't forget, you can go online pull up the YouTube live feed, watch and listen to the game, as we call it here on News Radio WJPF. Taylor Hiles at the center jump circle. We are ready to go. The ball is in the air, and the Carterville Lions control. Carterville in the home whites, moving from left to right here to start the ball game. Beasley has the basketball out front, throws the ball away immediately off the pass out of bounds, so it's going to belong to the Pilots.
Not the start Coach Hawkins is looking for.
Left-hand pass just got away from him, goes out of bounds, so the Pilots have it in the front courts. As they work it over to the far side, comes out top of the key, back to the right wing. They get it, dump it down low. Luke Ford is there defensively. That is Jamon Brown that's had the ball. Taylor Howell grabs the rebound after the missed shot by Cairo. Beasley has it. 7:23 left here, just underway in this ball game. To the right side, Blake Jackson. Taylor Howell, top of the key, dumps it down low to Luke Ford. Has the ball stripped away. Carterville gets it back. Howell's shot is blocked from behind. Comes off to Justin Johnson. Carterville is going to reset. Two good opportunities. Johnson fires from three off the iron, no good. Heil gets the rebound, his putback no good. That's 3-4 shots by Carterville just on that possession, and the ball was tipped out of bounds. It's going to belong to the Lions.
Yeah, Carterville just can't get it to go here early in the first.
Boy, those numbers really are hard to see.
I'm telling you, I still can't figure. I'm still not figuring out who the fifth starter is.
Johnson has it for the Lions. He's fouled out front. That is going to be on Jamon Brown.
No, they're going to call an offensive foul.
Yeah, on...
That's another turnover for Carterville.
On Johnson, I believe. Nope, on Luke Ford. Don't need that. Luke Ford has his first foul of the game. Cairo basketball. They're moving right to left. 6:47 on the clock. Into the front court. They have it. Nice fake pass, and the drive down the lane by Brown is good. He's the first one to score in the game. It's 2-0 Pilots.
And here comes the pressure. Half-court trap.
Carterville breaks the press. They get it into the front courts. Brendan Beasley fires from three off the front of the iron. No good. Long rebound goes out front, and it's off of... I thought it was off of the Pilots, but they're going to say it was off of Blake Jackson. And it's going to go the other way.
Valerius coming into the game for Carterville. Beasley out.
Beasley's going to check out. Dylan Valerius wears number 44 for the Lions. Pass from Cairo is tipped away, but it's controlled. They get it into the front court, kick it out for... Brown has it for the Pilots, and they turn the ball over. That's their first turnover. Valerius in the backcourt. He tries to break the timeline, does. Carterville has it into Ford. Down low, left block, takes it to the rack, puts his shot up, and he's fouled. And Luke Ford, they're calling Ford on the travel.
Wow.
So, that's a turnover, number 3. On the Carterville Lions.
So far, 5 o'clock does not agree with either one of these teams.
2-0 Pilots. 5:53 left here in the opening quarter. As Carterville puts pressure on the ball, but the Pilots, they break that pressure. Shot goes out to the right wing. That is good by Jones, I believe, number 12.
No, that would be
15. Darnell Jackson?
Nope.
Ford goes to the bucket, gets the foul and the bucket, and he's going to go to the line and shoot the and one.
I think the basket was by Taylor. There's actually 2 Taylors on the team, Demarius Taylor, and then the other Taylor is also
Dave Taylor,
a starter. Dave Taylor, he's the 5th starter. Finally got that figured out.
So I think it is. So Ford made that.
Ford made it.
So Demarius Taylor had the bucket. Cairo turns the ball over.
And then Carterville turns it right back.
That's 4 turnovers so far in this game. Shane Hawkins talking to his Carterville Lions, and we have a timeout that is called by the Cairo Pilots. It's a 30-second timeout. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by the City of Carterville. Mayor Brad Robinson and the entire City of Carterville, proud sponsors and supporters of Carterville Lions. Let's clarify this. Who was that bucket by?
I think the bucket was by Demarius Taylor, number 11.
Okay. I think we're on the same page.
And as long as Carroll doesn't substitute, we've got it good. I'm telling you. They substitute with those numbers on those black uniforms, we are in trouble, my friend.
Yeah, it's the lettering is not filled in white on the black background, and it's just kind of hard to see. As a matter of fact, it's blue. As James Vaughn is going to trigger the inbound for the Pilots. They get it in. Luke Ford out front defensively, and Dylan Valerius is going to be called with his first foul of the game as he reached in and just grabbed a hold of him on the arm. And the foul is on the Lions. Possession belongs to Cairo. Out front, 5:15 left here in the opening quarter. Cairo works it into the paint. That is Dave Taylor, wears number 23 for the Pilots. The shot is up and good. That shot is by Demarius Taylor. That's his second bucket of the game. He's got 4.
Carroll's very quick. Carterville's going to have to be aware where they're at all times on the floor.
Carterville into the front court. The shot from Jackson is no good. Rebound comes off to the Pilots. They're on the run quickly. Here comes Malachi Brown. Misses the flush, and Justin Johnson grabs the rebound. Carterville basketball. 4:35 here in the opening quarter. Valerius gets it to Justin Johnson. Nobody around him. He drives it down the lane, and he's fouled as he gets to about the free throw line before the shot. So it's going to be Carterville basketball on the side.
Carroll's always been the kind of team, Dave, where if they have a 12-point lead, they'll eventually let you back in the game. But if you have a 12-point lead on them, they can shoot the ball well enough, they'll get themselves back into the game. So, this is one of the more disciplined Carroll teams I've seen in recent years. They still at times play a little out of control, but not near what they used to be like.
Jamon Brown is called for the foul for the Pilots. That's his second team foul now on Cairo. Valerius has it right wing. Dylan Moore just checked in for the Lions to Blake Jackson. He drives down the lane, kicks it over to Johnson on the right block. Turnaround jumper from Johnson off the iron, no good. Gets his own board, tries to go up strong, loses the handle. It's on the floor, it's out of bounds, and they're going to say it's going to belong to the Cairo Pilots.
Not a great start by the Lions.
4 minutes left as they have 5 turnovers now in this game. The shot from the left baseline, no good by Demarius Taylor. Carterville has the rebound. Dylan Valerius out running the point for the Lions, gets it to Justin Johnson. Johnson to Valerius, now to Dylan Moore toward the left wing. They work it back around. Nope, Valerius is going to keep it. Kick out to Dylan Moore. Takes it to the paint. Finds Valerius down low. Shot up, no good. Rebound, Taylor Howe throws it up, and it's no good. But he's going to go to the line, and he's going to shoot 2 free throws.
Carterville only 1 of 7 from the field to start this game. But as per usual, Taylor Howe already with 3 rebounds in this game, and 2 of those offensive.
So Luke Ford scored the first bucket and went to the line for the and one. Taylor Heil is there. He gets the first free throw to go. Did he make both?
No, he just made the second one.
Made the second. That's what it is. As Cairo has it down low. They missed the shot. Here comes Blake Jackson on the run out. Takes it to the rack. Right hand layup. Rolls around the edge. It's no good. And the Pilots get out quickly on the break. Here comes Demarius Taylor. His shot is up and good for the Pilots. 6 for Demarius Taylor. And it is a 9-4 Cairo lead. 3 minutes left in this game. Turnover on the Lions, the 6th. The shot no good from Taylor. And apparently Demarius Taylor is the man that likes to put the ball in the hole for the Pilots. Carterville gets the rebound quickly into the front court. Dylan Moore looks for help, gets it to Valerius. Valerius to the right elbow to Johnson. Dylan Moore wide open from 3 off the front of the iron, short. Justin Johnson gets the rebound. His putback is no good. Taylor Howe gets the rebound. His shot is no good. Valerius gets the rebound and puts it back. He's on the board. Nice board work by the Lions.
Well, already 6 offensive rebounds for Carterville, but they don't have much to show for it.
No, there's not. 2:20 left here in the first quarter. Cairo basketball. They get it down low. That is Brown. He misses the shot. Taylor Howe is mugged underneath. And finally a call A foul called on the Cairo Pilots. Man, he had 2 men draped on top of his arms, and officials apparently going to let him play here.
Taylor Heil already has as many rebounds as Carterville has points.
The foul is called on James Vaughn of Cairo. Carterville basketball. That's the 4th team foul now on the Pilots. Valerius in the backcourt. Pressure being applied by Cairo. Taylor Heil hooks out, gets it midcourt to Jackson. Nice job breaking that press by the Lions. Justin Johnson, left wing, down low to Taylor Heil. In the paint, turnaround jumper up, no good. Misses the little bunny, and the Pilots get the rebound. Just a little too strong on that jumper for Taylor Heil. They drive the lane. Right-hand layup is good by Dave Taylor. He's on the board for the Pilots. It's 11-6. Cairo.
Carterville having their problems finding the bottom of the net here in the first quarter.
Carterville has the ball. Moore drives it to the lane. He's fouled from behind and is going to go to the line and shoot 2 free throws for your Lions. This Lions broadcast brought to you by Artworks in Carterville, specializing in custom graphics and apparel. Go online, visit artworkscustomgraphics.com as Dylan Moore makes his first free throw. That is the 7th point for the Lions. And Cairo, Moore misses the second. Cairo gets the rebound into the front court. 1:29 left here in the opening quarter. It is 11-7. Cairo on top of the Lions. Ball is on the floor. Shot put up from the paint. That is Dave Taylor gets the ball, and Justin Johnson gets the rebound. Man, this is a physical game. Officials had better do something to get a hold of this. They are just beating on each other out there. Carterville has it. 60 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Carterville in the front court. Jackson to Johnson, who is out front at the point for the Lions. Jackson kicks it over to Moore, top of the key to Dylan Valerius. To Moore, to Jackson. 49 seconds remaining. Carterville's going to work it to the right side now. Trying to get Taylor Heil matched up, but not able to do so to their liking. Blake Jackson now between the circles to Dylan Moore. Man-to-man pressure by Cairo being applied. Good man-to-man pressure, but Carterville showing some patience here. Moving the ball around the perimeter. Looking for that cut. Maybe find somebody on that backdoor cut. But Carterville just loping through as they go through the lane. No intent. Under 10 seconds. Here we go. Now Carterville will move. Johnson over to Dylan Moore on the right wing. He has the ball stripped away, and a foul is called, and a technical foul is going to be called on Malachi Brown as he slams the ball to the ground, and it goes about 20 feet in the air.
And he just lost his cool. Did not want to commit that foul with under 6 seconds to go, and reached in, got the arm, and just a reactionary move by the Carroll player and got him a technical.
And Brian Brantner, as Blake Jackson makes the technical free throw for Carterville. He's going to have a second come, plus Carterville's going to have possession. Now this is the technical. We still have to shoot, or there won't be any shots on the foul, I don't guess. It's possession. Carterville basketball. 5.8 seconds remaining here in this first quarter.
Well, they need to fix the scoreboard. They got 11-1 Cairo. That's what you call somebody.
Yeah, and I've lost track on my score sheet.
Somebody got paid off.
It's 11-7, I believe. The shot from 3 is no good by Blake Jackson. Yeah, I believe the score is 11-7. No, it's 11-9. As Blake Jackson gets the 2 free throws. Man, I'm just having a heck of a time here. But we've ended the first quarter, and it is 11-9. Cairo on top. We're going to take a break. We'll be back. Second quarter action on the way on News Radio WJPF.
What do you have?
60 seconds here, please.
What do you have Carterville down for as far as field points? Because I've only got them with 2 field goals in the first quarter.
I've got 2, but they've got 2
Bunch of free throws.
To 4 free throws.
Okay, all right. I want to make sure I was all right.
Man, I just can't get in the flow, and I don't know that it's us.
Those numbers are just awful.
Back in West Frankfort, it's Dave McKenzie along with my partner Scott Hudson. Going to the second, it's Cairo 11, Carterville 9.
Yeah, Carterville is sizzling 14% from the field in the first quarter, 38% for the Pilots.
Just 2 field goals for the Lions, but Cairo turns it over here to start the second quarter. Carterville into the front court. Dylan Valerius is at the point for the Lions as Justin Johnson has it. Brendan Beasley now, Blake Jackson. Over to Dylan Moore, back to Jackson. Looks for the cutting Moore. Back to Justin Johnson, now Valerius between the circles. Carterville working the perimeter with the passing game. Down 2, just underway here in the second quarter. They want to get it to Taylor Heil down low. But Carterville is working around. Blake Jackson drives, kicks it out to Johnson. He fires off the front of the iron, no good. Rebound comes off to Cairo. They're on the run, 7-10. As that is Demarius Taylor. His shot is good for Cairo with 7 minutes left here in the half. Carterville is down 4. Blake Jackson drives it down the lane. Shot no good. Taylor Heil gets his hand on it. It's on the floor, and we've got a foul that is going to be called on Carterville's Taylor Heil.
Yeah, Carterville just out of sync on the offensive end. That last Carroll basket, Demarius Taylor, he got the rebound and went coast to coast. Nobody stopped the dribble drive.
He's got 8 points in this game.
Yeah, and it's amazing Carterville's only down by 4 at this point.
Absolutely. So it's Cairo basketball. Into the front court, Raymond Morris checked in for Cairo as the shot comes from the right wing, and that is Dave Taylor that hits the big 3 for the Pilots. It's 16-9 now for the Pilots. Carterville has it, front court, Justin Johnson, Dylan Moore, between the circles, right-hand dribble, takes a drive down the left side, he throws it up, and he's fouled, and is going to go to the line and shoot 2 free throws for the Carterville Lions.
Well, nice job by Moore he saw the opening, went in and drew the foul. Now he's going to go to the free throw line, but Carterville's got to do a better job of getting the ball into Taylor Heil. Coach Hawkins a while ago was just screaming, going up and down the sideline in front of his own bench, that the ball should have gone into Taylor at one point when he was open.
So they're showing that the foul was on number 5. I don't even have a number 5 for Cairo.
Or a number 1. So I don't know. I think there is a number 5 out there.
I thought it was number 3.
Let's see if he turns around. That's a 5, and there is no 5 on the roster. So he's just number 5 to us.
He's just going to be number 5. Cairo has it, front court. Taylor, right wing, gets it down to number 5. His shot is no good from about 12 feet. And Carterville has the rebound. Valerius quickly into the front court, drives it to the free throw line. Taylor Heil gets it, kicks it over to Blake Jackson, right wing. 5:30 remaining in the quarter. Heil down low, and we have a foul before the shot. So it's going to be, Carterville is going to be at the line now, shooting the 1-and-1. Heil will be shooting the 1-and-1.
That's 8 team fouls on Cairo. So from this point on in the first half, Carterville will be going to line, and that's where they really need to do some damage because their field goal shooting has been atrocious.
Trayvon Bingham, his second foul of the game, number 34 for Cairo. Heil hits the first free throw. And the second is good, as Carterville now has 13 points in the game. 16-13, 3-point lead, turnover on the Pilots. Carterville still in Valerius in the backcourt. Throws it over to Taylor Howell. He gathers it up. Justin Johnson now toward the midcourt, brings it between the circles, lobs it down low. Taylor Howell just couldn't get moving that way. Turnover on the Lions. I've got that as the first this quarter.
Yeah, they've got 7 in the game, but that is the first in the quarter. They've done a better job of handling the Cairo pressure. But again, the field goal shooting is not good at all.
Cairo has the basketball, moving right to left. 5:05 left in the first half as Brown travels with the basketball for the Pilots. That's 3 turnovers here in the first 3 minutes of this second quarter.
Yeah, and they're 5th overall. Checking into the game for Carterville is Connor Henderson.
So on the floor right now for the Lions, it's Heil. It is Dylan Valerius, Dylan Moore, Blake Jackson, and Connor Henderson. Connor wears number 13. Carterville works against the pressure. Hiles in the backcourt, does a nice job, steps across the midline, and gets it to Connor Henderson. It goes out of bounds, and they're going to say it was off of Cairo, and it's going to belong to the Carterville Lions.
And we haven't seen Luke Ford in a while. I don't know what the situation is, but Luke's been sitting there for quite some time.
Only got 1 point or 1 foul,
yeah.
So it's not a foul situation. Carterville has the basketball. Blake Jackson with the right-hand dribble to Dylan Valerius. This may be a situation where Shane Hawkins is just wanting to get other guys into the game, get them some important real-time minutes, not mop-up time, but kind of lengthen that bench as they're getting ready to head into the second half of conference play where the turnover, Valerius has his pocket picked, and the run out by Demarius Taylor is good. He's got 10 points here in the game. It is 18-13, 5-point lead. Carterville works it down to Connor Henderson. He gets his first bucket. Nice assist there by the Lions.
That's the way you break a press.
That's how you break the press right there. 4 minutes left. Cairo with the basketball. The Pilots working around the outside as Dave Taylor has it to the right wing. Goes up against Heil. Spin move is nice shot by Dave Taylor. He's able to bank that home. That's 7 now for Taylor, and it's back to a 5-point lead for the Pilots. Carterville breaks the press, get it in the front court to Blake Jackson. He's going to back it up. Henderson finds a cutting. Heil has the ball stripped away. The third turnover by the Lions in the quarter. As Cairo gets it down, that is Raymond Moore that gets the bucket for the Pilots. He wears number 3. It's 22-15, 7-point lead, and Carterville throws the ball away.
10 turnovers now in the game for Carterville.
Yep.
They're not shooting the ball well from the field. They've got double-digit turnovers already, and they just look out of sync.
Beasley's going to check back in for the Lions, comes in for Dylan Valerius. And the ball is in play. Cairo quickly down low. The shot is up, no good. Heil gets the rebound. The shot from Jamin Brown just rolled all the way around the rim, but it rolls out. Carterville breaks the press, but Taylor Heil turns it over. 5 turnovers in the quarter. That should be a charge, but they call a block on Brendan Beasley, and it's going to be Dave Taylor that takes the ball, or takes the free throws for the Pilots.
And Dave, it just seemed like 2 minutes ago, Carterville only had 1 turnover in this second quarter. And I even mentioned that they were doing a better job of handling the pressure, and then all of a sudden the floodgates open.
And it's a 7-point lead.
Yeah, and honestly, Carterville's lucky they're only down by 7.
Yeah, 22-15, 2:58 left here in the first half. The second free throw is good by Dave Taylor for the Pilots. That came with 2:57 left in the half. Carterville throws the ball away again. The 6th turnover, 12 now in the game on the Lions.
Now Taylor airmailed that one into the Cairo bench over Dylan Moore's head. Coach Drust on the bench, hands on the top of his head, leaned back.
Shane Hawkins is
sitting there like he's watching some kind of musical.
Cairo has the basketball, 2:40 remaining. Raymond Moore for the Pilots. Kick out pass over to the right wing. Shot is up and good by 3. That is Dave Taylor that hits again for the Pilots. 2:25 left and another turnover on Carterville. Beasley turns it over, and it's Demarius Taylor that banks it home. It's a 30-second timeout. It's called by Shane Hawkins. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by the Bank of Carbondale's Carterville Banking Center. The Bank of Carbondale is proud to be locally owned and operated community bank. Stop by and visit the friendly and professional staff at the Carterville Banking Center located at 200 West Plaza Drive in Carbondale. This is not pretty. It is a 13-point lead for the Cairo Pilots over your Carterville Lions.
There have been stretches in this tournament for Carterville where they haven't played well, and especially handling the ball. But I will have to say that this is the worst 5 minutes of basketball that Carterville's probably played in this tournament. They're just repeatedly turning the ball over, and and when you're not shooting the ball well, if you turn the ball over, that just makes things worse. And we mentioned, a couple of minutes ago, Carterville was lucky to only be down by 5. Well, now it's 13. And it looks like the wheels are getting ready to come off this bus real quick.
Carterville scored 9 points in the first quarter. 4 of those points were field goals. They have 1 field goal. We're 6 minutes into the second quarter, 4 free throws, and it's 28-15. And Carterville comes out. So on the floor, it's going to be Heil, Beasley, Moore, Blake Jackson, and Connor Henderson remains in the game for the Lions. 2-2-1 pressure. 3/4 court pressure by the Lions. Blake Jackson traveled with the basketball.
The one place you don't want to go with a pass is to the side
and get
in the front court. I mean, just right over the timeline, over the corner. Right now, really, Carterville can't find a great spot on the floor anywhere.
You can't hide anywhere.
No, they can't.
Pilots basketball. They are up 13 here with just under 2 minutes left in the first half. It's Dave McKenzie, Scott Hudson here on News Radio WJPF. Dave Taylor turns the ball over for Cairo. Carterville. Beasley has it, gets it to Heil, wants to take it into the front court. Beasley does step across the timeline, gets it to Jackson. Carterville finally breaks it to the front court. Down low to Heil. His bank shot is good. That's 5 points now for Taylor Heil. And that came with 1:29 left here in the half. Pilots into the front court. Demarius Thomas thought about launching a 3 from there and shoot. It probably would have went in as they tried to pick and roll, but the ball's picked up by Raymond Moore. They get it down to Jamon Brown. His layup is good for the Pilots. His first bucket of the game. It's 30-17. Carterville in the backcourt. Over to Dylan Moore. He breaks the timeline, but he boots it, kicks it away. Another turnover. That's 8 here in the quarter. And the bucket is good by Demarius Taylor for Cairo. Under a minute to go. Moore breaks the timeline to Beasley. Over to Blake Jackson on the right wing. It's a 32-17 Pilots lead on the Carterville Lions. Up top of the key, Dylan Moore. Back to Blake Jackson. On the right wing, shake and bake, drives it, dumps it down, turns it over. The ball's tipped away. That's 9 turnovers on the Lions, and that is Dave Taylor that gets the bucket. Let's see, 3, 6, 8, 10 points for Dave Taylor here in the half.
Carterville with 16 turnovers in his first half.
Taylor Heil's fouled as he goes to the rack, tries to bank it home, and he's going to go to the line and shoot 2 free throws for your Carterville Lions.
Well, we knew Cairo was going to be the quickest, fastest team that Carterville had played in this tournament. And boy, and some of the Carterville turnovers are what I would call unforced errors. They've just made bad decisions. It's not like somebody came from behind and picked their pocket, or somebody stepped in front of a pass down the baseline. It's just bad decisions a lot of times for Carterville.
Taylor Heil missed that first free throw. Second one is in the air, and it's good for the Lions. Taylor has 5 points here in this second quarter. 6 seconds left. Cairo with the basketball into the front court. 34-18, and it's good at the bucket as Dave Taylor buries the three from the top of the key. And it is 37-18. Cairo Pilots over your Carterville Lions. We're going to be back. We're going to have your Carbondale Carterville Banking Center halftime report. It's coming up next on NewsRadio WJPF. Let's go 2 minutes here, Robert. 2 minutes.
And you should know that our top priority is personal service. It's why Banterra is the region's largest locally owned community bank. We offer convenient online and mobile banking, mobile check deposit, online mortgage services, and have 25 Southern Illinois branches to serve you. Banterra Bank, proud supporter of Southern Illinois high school sports. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
For over 30 years, Charlie's Air Conditioning and Heating of Carterville has proudly served Southern Illinois. Charlie's has earned their customers' trust, and they welcome the opportunity to earn yours. No job is too big or too small for Charlie's. Ask about their preferred service agreement for any brand and how it saves you money. Charlie's Air Conditioning and Heating is a certified York dealer located in downtown Carterville. Call 985-2502. Online at charliesairconditioningandheating.com. Charlie's Air Conditioning and Heating, proudly supporting the Carterville Lions.
Some of the most important choices we make for our family are about medical and dental professionals. Dr. Justin Settle has a dentist office in Marion in the northeast corner of the Town and Country Shopping Center. Dr. Settle and his professional staff can make this health choice a little bit easier. Preventative, cosmetic, oral surgery, removal of prosthetics, and Dr. Settle offers Botox injections as well. Check Dr. Settle out online, JustinSettleDMD.com, or call the office and set up an appointment. An important health choice just got a little easier.
I heard that pretty much everyone in Southern Illinois can now belong to SIU Credit Union. So I went to SIUCU.org to find out what it's all about. Did you know that credit unions are not-for-profit, member-owned financial cooperatives? Me either. I also learned that SIU Credit Union offers free checking accounts, low-rate auto loans, and they even give back to our local communities. Sounds like a win-win to me. Check it out for yourself at SIUCU.org.
SIU Credit Union, where Southern Illinois belongs. Membership required. All loans subject to credit approval. And make sure they're NCUA.
Max Morris Gymnasium on a Saturday night as we're at the half here. Carterville taking on the Cairo Pilots. It's all Pilots in this ball game. 37-18. The Carterville Lions scored 9 points in the first quarter, 9 points in the second quarter. They had 9 turnovers in the second quarter. They had 6 turnovers in the first quarter. That's how the game has gone for the Lions. Scott Hudson.
Yeah, there's not a lot of good reports from Carterville land, Carterville Nation. Carterville out-rebounded Carroll 15-7. Heil led the Lions with 7. 3 for Dave Taylor to lead Carroll. Of course, one of the big stats in the first half, Carterville 16 turnovers, only 6 for Carroll, which Carroll's done a much better job of handling the ball than I thought they would. Shooting, well, this is all you need to know. Carterville shot 22% in the first half, 4 of 18. Cairo shot 85% in that second quarter. They shot 62% for the first half. And it looks like Cairo came to play, and it looks like Carterville at this point came to be a spectator. And that's just putting it mildly. Cairo is a solid team, but Carterville has allowed this lead to expand to 19 because they cannot handle pressure. And it's been their bugaboo the entire tournament.
6 turnovers in the first quarter, 9 in the second. Looking at the scoring for the Carterville Lions, they're led in scoring by Luke Ford, who has 6 points. Dylan Valerius has 2. Luke Ford has 3. But Luke Ford set most of the second quarter, if not all of the second quarter for the Lions. Dylan Moore has 3 points. Connor Henderson had a bucket for the Lions, and Blake Jackson had 2. As I said, they scored 9 points in the first quarter, 9 points in the second quarter. That accounts for their 18. When you look at the scoring for the Cairo Pilots. It's all Dave Taylor and Demarius Taylor. Dave Taylor has 14 points for the Pilots, and it is Demarius Taylor that has 14 points on the other side. And the difference here, Dave Taylor shoots from the outside. Demarius Taylor takes the ball in the paint, drives, and has just been killing it on the inside. Raymond Moore has 2 for the Pilots. Jamon Brown has 2. And Malachi Brown had 2 before he got the technical foul after slamming the ball on the floor. And but it's all Cairo here. There is not anything pretty to talk about, nothing good for the Carterville Lions. Coaching staff, hands on their head. Shane Hawkins setting, which he never does during a game, and a slow walk to the locker room. This is just, you don't quit. This is just to see who's going to come out and play in this second half, and hopefully you can get on a run and get back and make it respectable. But right now, it's all Cairo. A 19-point lead, 37-18 over the Carterville Lions. We're going to take a break. When we come back, more on our halftime report is next on News Radio WJPF. Two minutes. Does that get us through the halftime spots? Let's go on and run 3 minutes here then.
Oh, that was special.
Mm-hmm. The good news is, taking Alley, we're going to Culver's for the first time tonight.
Oh, are you?
Yep.
I haven't been there yet.
Everybody watching online, wish I had a better game for you. But thank you for watching. We appreciate it. Appreciate you listening, watching. Back at Max Morris Gymnasium in West Frankfort, where we're getting ready to start third quarter play. Carterville Lions just come out of the locker room. Cairo's out on the floor. The officials are back out, 37-18. And the next game coming up is going to be West Frankfort taking on the Heron Tigers. That game is going to be for third and fourth place. And then the championship game at 8:30 this evening will be Marion and El Dorado. That should be a pretty good matchup.
Yeah, coming into this tournament, I thought El Dorado they were the Cinderella team. Not a lot of people knew anything about them. And then when you look at the regular, like, oh, they might be pretty good. Then you thought, okay, well, maybe they haven't played the schedule that some of the other teams have played. Well, guess what? They're sitting undefeated. They're in the championship game, and they got a chance to make a statement tonight. If they could beat a South 7 team like Marion, that would give them a little bit more credibility because I don't care what class they're in. They're a good team. They only have one senior that starts. They're going to be good next year. I already see a bunch of El Dorado fans here.
Yep.
They're getting ready for that big game tonight.
Should be a packed house. And, a week ago, El Dorado number 6 in Class 2A, and actually they've moved up. I'm not sure exactly where they're at now, but I'm assuming they're probably top 5 in Class 2A, and a very good ball team. And that is going to be a dandy ball game coming up. The Marion Wildcats taking on the El Dorado Eagles. Here we're at the half. Getting ready to start third quarter action. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by the Ike family of dealerships, Ike Honda and Volkswagen of Marion, proud supporters of the Carterville Lions.
Now, the first thing I noticed, Luke Ford is back in the lineup. I'm curious as to why he set that long, but he's back in now. Carterville down by 19.
Original starters now, Beasley, Jackson, Johnson, Heil, and Ford are all in the game and start the third quarter. Blake Jackson has it. Carterville's moving from right to left. They're in the home whites here in this game, 37-18. They get the ball down to Luke Ford in the paint. His shot is up and good. It's a turnaround jumper, good by Ford. That's a nice way to start.
Yeah, he didn't really square up to the basket, but he's strong enough that he got it to go in.
Cairo has the basketball in the front court. It's Dave Taylor with it. Works it over to the left side. Now the shot from the top of the keys, no good. Rebound is on the floor. Luke Ford gathers it in and needs some help. Gets it to Taylor Heil. Now to Blake Jackson. Minimal pressure put on by the Pilots so far. Carterville down 17 now as Justin Johnson gets it to Heil on the left wing, and we have a tie-up. They're saying a jump ball, and the possession arrow belongs to the Cairo Pilots.
Yeah, boy, as soon as Heil got the ball, he had 2 Cairo Pilots on him. Their quickness has really, really paid dividends for them today.
Another turnover on the Lions. 17-point lead for the Pilots. Just under play here in the third quarter. Dave Taylor, top of the circle, left-right dribble as he calls out the play for the Pilots between the legs, guarded by Luke Ford. Takes it to the paint, kick-out pass, now back to Taylor. He's the one that hit the three-pointer from 3 at the buzzer. Going into half. He drives, gets bumped by Ford. Shot's no good, but Dave Taylor is going to go to the line and shoot 2 free throws, and that foul is on Carterville's Luke Ford, his second.
Yeah, all of Carroll's players, especially even their big players, can play on the perimeter. So Heil and Ford are having to come out and probably guard a little further out than they're accustomed to.
Now they're saying that foul was on the floor. I disagree with that. He should be at the line. But it's Demarius Taylor now, behind the back dribble to Dave Taylor. Yep, takes it. He's guarded by Blake Jackson, gets the pick, gets the screen, now takes it to the free throw line, wants to shoot, puts it up, it's blocked, and Carterville comes away with it. Luke Ford grabs the loose ball. Carterville trying to break the timeline. Blake Jackson finds Taylor Heil, gets it to Brendan Beasley. Carterville does break the press. Beasley loses the grip, takes it to midcourt, has the ball tipped away. Turnover on the Lions. It's on the floor. Cairo turns it over. Carterville controls. Justin Johnson has it. It's like a hot potato out there. Here comes Johnson. Cairo turns it over for the first time in the third quarter. Carterville basketball. Heil, top of the circle. Justin Johnson. Carterville down 17 here in the third quarter. They want to get it into Ford. Now Beasley has it to Johnson. They're looking to get it down low on the block. Beasley takes it to the left side. Blake Jackson is going to fire from 3 off the back of the iron. No good. Johnson gets the rebound, and he is fouled. And the foul is going to be on Cairo's Raymond Moore. That's his first of the game. Carterville basketball. 5:25 left. Carterville scored 2 points here in the third quarter. Ball is tipped away. Another turnover on the Lions, and we have a foul in the backcourt on Carterville.
3 turnovers in the third quarter. That makes 19 for the game. And it's never good when your turnovers and points on the board are very close to each other.
Beasley is charged with the foul. That's his second. 37-20. Cairo hanging on to that 17-point lead. They have the basketball. 5:10 left here in the third quarter. Justin Johnson, nice defense on Dave Taylor. Gets it to Raymond Moore on the left wing. Between the circles to James Vaughn. Vaughn drives, and we have a foul before the shot. It's a pushing foul. It's going to be charged on Brendan Beasley. It's going to be the second on Beasley.
Yeah, they're tough to defend on the perimeter because any of their players, even their bigs, can handle the ball. They can attack you one-on-one.
It's the third foul on Beasley. Cairo tries to get a shot off. Dave Taylor fires from 3 off the iron, no good. Rebound comes off to Demarius Taylor. His shot is no good. And the ball is tipped out of bounds off of Cairo. And it's going to belong to the Carterville Lions.
Cairo is 0 for 5 to start this third quarter. But Carterville hasn't taken advantage because they've turned the ball over 3 times.
So Carterville has it. Beasley to down low. They try to get the ball to Ford, and there's a foul. I think they're going to call that one on Jamin Brown for Cairo as he went over the back on Luke Ford. Carterville's going to have the ball under the basket. Number 21, Jamin Brown, that is his third foul. He checks out of the game for the Cairo Pilots, and Brian Brantner, the coach of the Pilots. Carterville basketball. Johnson, right wing, top of the key to Jackson. Brendan Beasley fires from about 18. Ford gets the rebound. His putback is no good. The ball goes out of bounds, and they're going to say it's off of the Carterville Lions.
Boy, Carterville is just struggling on both ends of the floor. 1 for 4 to start the game. Shot 22% in the first half.
Still a 17-point lead. We've played half of the third quarter, and Carterville's the only one that's scored. 1 bucket so far in the third quarter. Dave Taylor over to the far side. That's Raymond Moore that fires from 3. No good. Rebound gathered in by Cairo, and there's a foul on Blake Jackson as he hacks the arm of the Cairo player. That's going to be Demarius Taylor. He's going to be at the line shooting 2.
Yeah, Demarius Taylor already has 3 offensive rebounds in this third quarter.
The first one from Taylor is good. Nothing but the bottom of the net for number 11.
Carroll's has always had athletic teams. Their big problem has always been playing under control, but they have played well here today. They shot lights out in that second quarter, which gave them the big lead at half.
That's the first 2 points for Cairo here in this third quarter. It's a 19-point lead now for the Pilots. Carterville having trouble breaking the press. They do. They get it down to Ford, and he loses the handle as he tries a spin move on the elbow. The ball hits the floor, and we've got a foul on Beasley, I believe. That may be number 4 on Beasley. It is. The 4th foul on Brendan Beasley. Shot out front by the Pilots, no good. Heil gets the rebound. Gives it to Justin Johnson. Blake Jackson has it. Carterville trying to beat the press. They need to hurry up. Johnson does. Gets it to Jackson. He steps across, dribbles across. Now needs some help. Gets it to Luke Ford at the free throw line. Dumps it down low to Heil, and Heil is called for the push.
Yeah, he sure did.
As he put his hand on the hip of the defender. I don't think he realizes that's going to be on him.
He realizes that.
It's the second foul on Taylor Heil. That's the 5th turnover. I've got 5 in the quarter.
We are correct, Mr. McKenzie. I got him for 21 in the game.
Yep. Cairo basketball. Dave Taylor takes it to the free throw line, dumps it down low, and that is Malachi Brown back in the game, and he gets his first bucket of the second half. Carterville breaks the press. Taylor Heil drives it to the left block. Shot no good. Beasley gets it back to Heil, down low, has the ball stripped, and a foul is called on Dave Taylor of Cairo, his second foul of the game.
Now this is how bad it's been for Carterville tonight. Carterville trailed by 19 at half. Cairo only has one field goal in this third quarter, and they've extended their lead by 2 points.
So it's Carterville basketball. .249 left here in the third quarter. 21-point lead for the Pilots. They get the ball down low. Luke Ford, he wants to get it to the rack, puts it up, reverse layup, no good. Rebounded by Dave Taylor for the Pilots. He takes it right down the lane. Right-hand layup is no good. The ball is tipped around, goes out of bounds off Cairo. It's going to belong to the Carterville Lions. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by the City of Carterville, Mayor Brad Robinson, and the entire City of Carterville, proud sponsors and supporters of your Carterville Lions sports.
The two teams combined, Dave, are 2 out of 15 from the field in this third quarter.
It is fantastic basketball, and it's a tie-up on out of bounds, and that possession arrow belongs to the Carterville Lions.
Some Carterville fans to our right below us not happy with that call. But I bet they're not going to be able to change it. What do you think?
Bet they don't. Carterville has the ball. Throw it in the backcourt. Beasley tracks it down, takes it into the paint, kicks it out to Blake Jackson. Jackson, right-hand dribble across the top of the key. Now to Beasley on the left wing. Takes it a little, fakes it down in low, gets it back to Jackson. He's going to drive down the right side. Right-hand runner is good by Blake Jackson. That's the best drive we've seen in this game for the Lions.
Yeah, that's one of the better plays that Carterville's had this entire game.
And that came with 1:54 left here in the third quarter. The shot by Cairo's no good. Second shot, rebound, no good. The ball is on the floor. The ball is tossed around, and Luke Ford said, give me that ball. I'll control it, and that's a turnover on the Pilots. Into the front court. Dylan Moore gets the layup for the Lions. 2 buckets in a row for Carterville. They've got 6 points here, and another tie-up, and the ball belongs to the Cairo Pilots.
Dave, I saw something on the other end on Carroll's last possession I don't think I've seen maybe all year. A Cairo player drove the lane. Luke Ford was at the low block, and he backed off. He just backed up. Instead of staying there and taking the charge, he backed up, and I don't think I've seen that all year.
No. So it's 41-24. Carterville down, and we have a foul on Cairo's. I believe that is Trayvon Bingham that has the foul. That is the third on Bingham. Carterville basketball. Carterville making a little bit of a run here. It's 41-24, and we have a timeout. It is a full timeout called by the Cairo Pilots. We're going to take a break as well. You're listening to Lions basketball on News Radio WJPF. 60, please. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by Artworks in Carterville, specializing in custom graphics and apparel. And you can visit them at their Carterville Spirit Wear on West Plaza Drive. They're moving across Highway 13 there at the Carterville Crossroads next to Tequila's, now offering in-house embroidery, proudly supporting our hometown Lions. Visit online, artworkscustomgraphics.com. I like it when businesses outgrow their current business and they have to move. Carterville drives it to the lane. That is Taylor Ohio, and he's fouled as he goes. to the bucket and is going to go to the line and shoot 2 for the Lions.
Well, free throws become even more important now when you're down by 17 with 1:13 to go in the third. If Carterville could somehow, some way, manage to cut this lead to 10 in the fourth, going into the fourth, maybe Carroll feels a little bit of pressure, but as I say that, Heil misses his free throw.
Taylor's got 6 points in this game this evening. Second one from Heil is on the way, and it's no good. Luke Ford gathers in the rebound. His shot is blocked, and a foul is called on Trayvon Bingham. That's going to be the 4th on Bingham, and Luke Ford is going to go to the line and shoot 2.
Well, Carterville gets another chance with the clock stopped to cut into the lead.
First one from Ford off the back of the iron, no good.
I am just going to shut up the rest of the game. I'm not going to say anything. Everything I say, it turns to...
Number 5 just checked in for Cairo. Don't have a name. We just call him number 5.
He's number 5 and maybe number 1 in your heart.
Second one by Ford off the back of the iron. Heil goes over the top. They're going to charge him with a foul, or we have a lane violation. We have a lane violation. So Ford is going to get another opportunity.
0 of 4 from the free throw line by the Lions last couple of seconds.
41-24, Pilots lead, and Ford gets his free throw. 41-25 now. We have 1:05 left here in the third quarter. Cairo into the front courts. Man-to-man pressure by the Lions. That is Demarius Taylor that gets the bucket for Cairo. 43-25, 19-point lead. Carterville in the front court, and Ford travels with the basketball. I've got 6 turnovers in the quarter.
22 for the game. I'm about to run out of ink, Mr. McKenzie.
I'm running out of room. 42 seconds
and
left.
Coach Hawkins is running out of patience if he has any left.
I think, unfortunately for us, we're not going to have time to talk to Shane Hawkins today.
That is a good thing.
We have to clear out because of the next game. The Heron Tigers are going to be playing West Frankfort, and 10 minutes between the games, so we're going to have an abbreviated post game. Get out of here. A turnover on the Pilots. That's their second here in this third quarter, and the ball belongs to the Carterville Lions. And I bet you Carterville Lions just get on the bus and go home.
Yep, take about a week off, get ready for Duke Coin.
Next Friday night. And 6 of the next 7 games for the Lions are at home, back into conference play. It's the meat of the season Saturday night, as the shot from Blake Jackson from the right wing is good. That is 28 points for the Lions, down 43-28. The shot at the buzzer, no good by the Pilots, and that's how we end the third quarter. It is 43-28. The Pilots lead the Lions. We're heading to the fourth. You're listening to Lions basketball on NewsRadio WJPF. Minute, please, minute.
Yeah, buddy.
Don't want to talk about it. What I do know, you don't want to hear.
I need to go see a therapist. Drew, did you polish off those donuts today? Oh, that's right. He's always trying to give women sugar.
Heading to the fourth quarter here as the Cairo Pilots lead the Carterville Lions 43-28. And Carterville has the basketball to open the fourth quarter. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by Crystal's Catering and more. More than you expected, more memorable for your guest. Visit crystalsgoodfood.com for more information. They get the ball down low to Taylor Howe. His shot is no good, but he's fouled from behind. The foul is going to be on Jamon Brown, his fourth foul. And Taylor Howe is going to be at the line to shoot 2.
That's kind of the way the night's gone for the Lions. Heil gets a nice pass and just can't get it to go as he's being hit from behind, and he misses the free throw.
6 points in the game for the big guy. 6'6" forward, Taylor Heil. Second one from Heil is good. 7:42 remaining in the game. 43-29. Cairo has the lead. Demarius Taylor, top of the key, left-hand dribble, takes it into the paint, dumps it down low, trying to get it to Dave Taylor. It's out of bounds, and it's going to belong as we have a foul that is called on
foul.
Demarius Taylor, his second. Called Demarius for the charge. Luke Ford checks out for the Lions. Checking in is Dylan Moore. Carterville basketball. Beasley in the backcourt. Gets it over to Blake Jackson. They break the press. Johnson fires from 3. In, out, no good. Rebounded by James Vaughn for the Pilots. Into the front court, Dave Taylor. Takes it into the paint. Jump shot, left hand up, no good. Heil, big rebound. Just pulls it down, and Carterville throws it right away. Jackson throws it off of Beasley's foot. Turnover on the Lions, the first here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, Carroll only made 2 of 14 shots in the third. And Carterville's only able to cut into that 19-point lead by 4 points. That's where Carterville had their opportunity. In that third quarter, they didn't take advantage of it.
Raymond Moore just drives right by the Carterville defense, takes and lays it home. That's his first bucket of the second half. Carterville in the front court. Heil from about 18, rims out, no good. Rebound, Demarius Taylor on the run. Gets it out for the flush, it's missed, and Carterville gets the rebound into the front court. They throw it away, and no good. It was Raymond Moore that tried to dunk the ball. He missed it. And officials, they must have changed their mind.
Yeah, the official out towards the side, out high, came in and talked to the other official who made the call. And I think it's the right call. It went off Carroll.
Carterville ball. Blake Jackson takes the inbound pass from Beasley. Over to Dylan Moore. They work it to Beasley. Now he's on the right wing. Brings it out top. 6:23 remaining in the game. Justin Johnson, right wing. Blake Jackson dumps it down low to Heil. His shot is up. No good. He's fouled and is going to go to the line and shoot 2 more free throws. The foul is called on Cairo's. On Dave Taylor, his third. The first free throw from Heil. Shorts. Just struggled tonight. It's almost laughable now. It's things are so bad for the Lions. They're not making shots. The turnovers, we don't even want to talk anymore. Heil hits the second. Kind of have to chuckle now. As there's 6:11 left here in this ball game. Pilots have it. Dave Taylor, left-hand dribble down the left side, guarded by Dylan Moore. Gets the screen. Should have been a foul, wasn't called. Moore over to Raymond Moore. He drives. Dave Taylor fires from 3, no good. And the rebound comes off to Justin Johnson. Johnson trying to break the press in the backcourt. Needs help. Gets it to Beasley. He's going to be able to bring it across the timeline. Into the front court to Moore. To Beasley, wide open, passes up the three-pointer. Back to Moore, down low. Taylor Heil, turnaround left-hander, no good. Nice shot by Heil. He gets the shot and he's fouled, and it goes to the line. The foul is going to be on Dave Taylor, who was laying on the floor, and that's what he's saying. I was laying on the floor. How can I foul him?
Well,
but he did.
Yeah, as he was going to the floor, what he fails to tell the official is, oh, by the way, I had a hold of Taylor Heil's arm as I was going down.
So Taylor Heil is going to be at the line shooting 2 once again. 15-point lead, 5:30. Carterville very slowly getting back in it. Heil hits his third free throw of the fourth quarter.
Carroll's the type of team, as I said earlier, they will give you opportunities to come back.
Second one is no good by Heil. Dave Taylor takes it into the top of the key, and he's fouled. We got a pushing foul called on the Carterville Lions. And the foul is going to be on Blake Jackson, number 3. It is. That's going to be the second on Blake. Taylor Heil's going to get a breather. And Dave Taylor is at the line shooting free throws. First one from Taylor is no good, but Cairo gets the rebound. Back to Taylor out top, 45-31. Cairo controls 5:15 remaining here in this ball game. We appreciate you tuning in this evening to News Radio WJPF. Carterville back in action on Friday night when the DuQuoin Indians come to Carterville. River-to-river conference play begins. Second half action, and Cairo turns the ball over. Here come the Lions. Moore into the front court to Johnson. Backs it up. Left-hand pass into Luke Ford. Takes it down. Right-hander is good for Ford. His first bucket of the fourth quarter, and the ball is turned over.
No. I'm sorry, but
they're saying it belongs to
Vaughn for Carroll knocked the ball out of bounds. Oh my, Carroll caught a major break there. Major break. That's why Beasley didn't go for the ball.
He thought it, so it's Cairo's basketball. Demarius Taylor has it, jumps across, gets it to number 5. I don't have a name on the guy, but he wears number 5, and he turns it over. That's a turnover on number 5. That's the second on the Pilots here in the fourth quarter. They get the ball down to Ford. He runs into number 5, and we have a foul called on number 5.
Well, right now, number 5 is Carterville's best player.
He is everywhere.
He's helping Carterville out. Turnovers, fouls. Well, don't look now, but
I guess, though, number 5 is better than being called number 2.
You're exactly right.
Isn't it?
That's right.
Luke, I can't believe I even went there.
It's been one of those games.
Luke Ford short on the free throw.
Just think if Carterville would have hit half of the free throws they've missed in the last 6 minutes, they'd only be down by about 5 right now.
Luke was a perfect 5 for 5 in the fourth quarter last night. He makes the second. He's got 3 points here in the fourth quarter tonight. 45-34, an 11-point lead, and Cairo turns it over again. Carterville has it, and they say it is off of Malachi Brown of the Pilots. Man, Carterville can get within 10. You mentioned it earlier.
Cairo will give you opportunities to get back in the game. I didn't think after
they would.
Well, I didn't think after Carterville didn't take advantage of the third quarter opportunity that this would happen in the fourth.
Well, let's keep rolling, boys. Let's get this thing close. Brendan Beasley between the circles. Takes it to the left side. Blake Jackson's going to fire from 3. Boom! Blake Jackson. Big shot, Blake. As I said, a turnover, almost another turnover in the backcourt by the Lions. But Cairo's able to take it down, and I believe that was Raymond Moore with the bucket for the Pilots. And we have a timeout that is called. It's a 30-second timeout. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by the Bank of Carbondale's Carterville Banking Center. The Bank of Carbondale now has online mortgage center, so you can check rates or apply for a mortgage anytime. For more information on the Bank of Carbondale's online mortgage center, visit their website at tboc.com. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. All loans are subject to credit approval. Carterville has crawled back to within 10, Scott Hudson.
Yeah, they've hit 2 of 5 in this fourth quarter. One of those of 3. Carroll has shot poorly in this second half. They had 4 threes in the first half. They have no threes in the second half. They are shooting about 15-16% in this second half, yet they're still up by 10.
3:50 remaining it is entirely possible Carterville could get back to this game and get it really close. Carterville gets it into the front court. Luke Ford has it. Dylan Moore now to Beasley. Top of the circle, walks across the Redbird logo at midcourt. Right-hand dribble, brings it near side. Blake Jackson just hit the big three-pointer, gets it down to Luke Ford. Kick out to Jackson, nearly thrown away. Jackson nearly steps out of bounds. He drives into the paint. His shot is no good, but he's fouled and is going to go to the line and shoot 2 free throws for your Carterville Lions.
Yeah, if you can get to the free throw line, that's great because obviously it stops the clock. But you have to make your free throws to put a little bit more pressure on Carroll.
Blake Jackson's going to be at the line shooting 2. The foul was called on Raymond Moore as the first one by Jackson is good. 3:22 on the clock. Carterville down 9. Jackson can pull us within 8. Second one. Nothing but twine. 5 points for Blake Jackson here in the fourth quarter, and it is an 8-point lead. Justin Johnson checks out. Dylan Valerius checks in for the Lions. Cairo has the basketball in the backcourt. Pressure being applied by the Lions. Dave Taylor has it. He's bumped by Valerius, but they throw it in the back. Nice play to save it. And it's Raymond Moore that saved that ball from going across the center line. He has it. Gets a lane to the rack. Dumps it down low to Demarius Taylor. His bucket is good. That's his first one of the fourth quarter. It's back to a 10-point lead now for Cairo. They get it to Valerius. They break the press. Dylan Moore down low. Luke Ford. He gets the easy bunny for the Lions. We've got a timeout that is called by the Carterville Lions coach Shane Hawkins. It's a 30-second timeout, and Carterville has back in to within 8 points. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by Charlie's Air Conditioning and Heating in downtown Carterville for over 30 years. They are a certified York dealer and they service all brands. Call 985-2502. It's Charlie's Air Conditioning and Heating.com.
Well, Mr. McKenzie, Carterville's got it to within 8. They're going to have to foul at some point. Carroll's in the double bonus, but only 2:45 to go. You're not going to be able to let Carroll run much time off the clock, so Carroll's going to have to hit their free throws. And when Carterville does have the ball, they're not going to be able to take a lot of time on their possessions. You know, they're going to have to take some threes, maybe get an N1. But Carterville's clawed to within 8 when it looked like this thing was going to be about a 20, 25-point loss.
Cairo has it. Pressure being applied by the Lions in the backcourt. Dave Taylor breaks the timeline. He falls down with the ball. That should be a travel. No, that should be a travel. He slid about 3 feet, but they're saying that
he called a timeout.
Brian Brantker got a timeout called for the Cairo Pilots. It's a full, and we're going to take a break as well. You're listening to Lions basketball on News Radio WJPF.
Southern Bank, a Southern Illinois-owned bank where local people and local decisions help you with all your financial.
60, please. 60.
Southern Bank is simple to represent community banking at its best. If you're looking for local, personal service, visit them today at any of their 15 locations in Marion, Carbondale, Carterville, El Dorado, Creel Springs, Grand Tower, Carrier Mills, Murfreesboro, Royalton, and Heron. Or visit them on the web at firstsouthernbank.net. First Southern Bank, member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Hey, let me finish this text. Okay, I'm good. If you're like me in the morning, you're busy. Sorry, I shave. And brush my teeth. Like I said, busy. Oh, there's a nice shower. But one thing you should never be too busy for in the morning. Okay, but finish. Is a real breakfast at McDonald's. All right, now we gotta run. Literally. I'm training for a marathon.
Make a busy morning better with a sausage burrito for just $1. With scrambled eggs, sausage, melty cheese, green chilies, and onions.
Oh, can't tell how I'm busy. Yep, doing a jingle.
For a limited time, prices and participation may vary.
Back at Max Morris Gymnasium on a Saturday night, Carterville's clawed their way back to within 8 points after being down by as many as, 24? Is that right?
They were down by at least 21, I know, at one point, 22.
Maybe it was 21. Pilots have it. Dave Taylor, left-hand dribble, takes it to the left side. Needs some help. He keeps it. Drives, kicks it out to down low. They get the buckets. That was Brown that gets the bucket for the Pilots. Carterville having trouble breaking the timeline. They finally do to Blake Jackson. He takes it, fakes the pass, drives, shot is blocked. Cairo comes away with the basketball. 2:05 left, 10-point lead for the Pilots. Carterville, like you said, going to have to start fouling before long as Dave Taylor cuts across. They get it down low. They kick it back out to Taylor, over to the left side to Marius Taylor. Right-hand dribble to Dave Taylor, where's number 23, and he traveled with the basketball. The fourth turnover on Cairo here in the fourth quarter.
Might be too little too late for Carterville, but they've still got a shot. Got to hit some big threes and get some turnovers.
So Carterville basketball. Johnson's going to inbound as he just checked back in for the Lions. Beasley in the backcourt. 2-2-1 pressure by Cairo. They get it into the front court. Johnson, he's tripped, and we have a pushing foul on Malachi Brown. That is going to be the fourth on Malachi. Justin Johnson is going to go to the line and shoot the one and the bonus.
Carroll's coach not happy. He does not want the clock to stop.
There are 4 Cairo players with 4 fouls. First one by Johnson is good. He gets the bonus. Second from JJ. On the way. Good. His first 2 points of the game. 43-51. 8-point lead for the Pilots. They have the basketball. Carterville picking up man-to-man pressure deep in the backcourts. Taylor breaks the press, double team, and we have a jump ball called, but the possession arrow belongs to the Pilots. I believe that was Blake Jackson has snuck in and got a hold of that.
Yeah, that's kind of the way the night's gone for Carterville. You finally get a big stop, and then you look up at the clock, and it's like, oh, wait a minute.
The possession belongs to the other team.
I personally, I will say, I believe this. I believe that if there's a tie-up, you have a jump ball because you penalize a team who just had great defense. I think you should go back to the old way.
I would be good with that as we have a foul underneath. The shot from Malachi Brown is no good, but I think he's going to go to the line as the foul is called on the Carterville Lions.
I know the reason why they went to that, the tie-up and the possession arrows, because it speeds the game up a little bit. But to me, you know, it defeats the purpose of a good defensive effort by a team. They tie the ball up, and then, oh, wait, we don't get it.
I would agree with that. I think some of it, too, was as the first free throw is good by Malachi. But sometimes you had the much taller guy that would go up against the short guy on the jump ball. So it was more fair for that. I don't know. I think they ought to go back to that as the second free throw is no good. Luke Ford pulls down the rebound. It's back to a 9-point lead now. Minute 17 remaining in the game. Johnson steps through the double team. Jackson fires from 3 off the iron. Ball's on the floor. We're going to have a scramble. Moore comes up with it. Gets it to Beasley. Left side. Backs it up. Working our way towards 60 seconds. Down 9. Beasley into the paint. Left-hand runner is good for the Lions. We have a timeout that is called. That's the first point for Brennan Beasley in this game. Timeout called. It's a full timeout by the Carterville Lions' Shane Hawkins. We're going to take a break as well. You're listening to Lions basketball on News Radio. We're going to keep it here. 30-second timeout. The officials are trying to talk. Let's go on and take a break. We'll take a 30-second break here. Lions basketball on News Radio WJPF. My bad, Robert. That official doesn't know. We'll leave it at that. 30 seconds.
I said, a friend of mine is on radio talking about a musical down in West Frankfort High School. She said, high school? Musical? I thought that was a ball game. Nothing's music.
Buy or sell, insist on the best. There is a reason we are preferred. Want to find out why? Call 985-4242.
Back at Max Morris Gymnasium. Cairo leads 52-45. 7-point lead. 58 seconds remaining. It's not impossible.
Nope.
Improbable, but not impossible.
Nope. If you go back, a couple of days ago, SIU led by 5 with 19 seconds and ended up losing the game in overtime.
Yes, they did. Cairo has the basketball. Raymond Moore breaks the timeline, and we have a foul that is called on the Carterville Lions, and Raymond Moore is going to go to the line and shoot free throws for the Pilots as the foul is called on Carterville's Justin Johnson. That's just his first foul of the game, but Raymond Moore is going to go to the line and shoot the one and the bonus for the Pilots. 7-point lead, 56 seconds left. Hey, thank you for tuning in here on NewsRadio WJPF. The DuQuoin Indians come to Carterville next Friday, the first game of conference for the second half of the season. And the free throw by Moore is no good, but they get the rebound. 53 seconds left. Dave Taylor on the left side out front, fouled by Justin Johnson, his second foul, and Dave Taylor is going to go to the line and shoot the one and the bonus. But the DuQuoin Indians come into town next Friday night, Scott. Conference play. Before this tournament, felt pretty good about the Lions. A little unsure now, but I know that Shane Hawkins has a week to work it out, which is a good thing.
Yeah, and go back to a year ago, Carterville did not have as good a midwinter as they thought they would have. And DuQuoin, a team earlier in the year, Carterville beat at DuQuoin, but it was a physical game. That Coach Barrington's squad is going to come in, and he's going to want to sneak out with a win in his hometown.
54-45, 9-point lead. Under 45 seconds left. Carterville has it. Down low, Luke Ford takes it to the rack. His shot no good. Gets his rebound. Loses the handle. Kicks it out to Blake Jackson. Right wing. He is fouled and is going to go to the line and shoot two as the blocking foul is on Malachi Brown. That is going to be number 5. He's going to have to come out of the game for the Cairo Pilots. Checking back in now, Dylan Valerius. And looks like Taylor Howe is preparing to come in. Blake Jackson is going to be at the line, shooting the one and the bonus. Luke Ford checks out. Brennan Beasley checks out. So on the floor right now, Johnson, Beasley, Jackson, Valerius, and Dylan Moore. 33 seconds left. Jackson, first free throw is off the front of the iron, no good.
Might have some tired arms. We've seen Howe, Ford, and now Jackson leave them short on the rim.
Second by Jackson. That one's good. As Carterville gets a steal. 5th turnover on the Pilots, and it is Valerius that gets the bucket for the Lions. We've got a timeout that is called. And let's see what the official's going to say here. It is a 30-second timeout. And we'll keep it right here. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by Artworks in Carterville, specializing in custom graphics and apparel. And you can visit them today at their Carterville Spirit Wear location on West Commercial Drive, but they're getting ready to move to, on West Plaza Drive is where they're at currently, but they're getting ready to move to Commercial Drive next to Tequila's, proudly supporting our hometown Lions. Go online, visit artworkscustomgraphics.com.
Well, do the Lions have a miracle finish here?
6 points down, 25 seconds left.
Get a quick steal, maybe a quick three.
The ball belongs to the Pilots. The length of the floor to go. They get it into Raymond Moore. He breaks the timeline. Are they going to foul? Dave Taylor gets a shot off. Back of iron, no good. Blake Jackson gets it. He's going to come across the midcourt line. Takes it to the rack. Puts the shot up. It's good. And he's fouled.
Why Carroll would take that shot at the other end is beyond me. They've got the lead. The clock's running. And instead of just dribbling back out to the top,
James Vaughn is called for the foul for the Pilots. Jackson is at the line to shoot the and one. Now Carterville's down 4 with the free throw off the back of the iron. No good. Rebound to the Pilots. Taylor Grabs it. We have a foul in the backcourt on the lines, which they had to do. They had to foul as quickly as possible.
Yep.
Dave Taylor is going to go to the line and shoot the 2 free throws as they're in the double bonus. Foul was on Blake Jackson, his 3rd. Carterville down 4. Dave Taylor's at the line shooting 2 free throws for the Pilots. First one is up and no good, so.
Yeah, it's a 2-possession game at this point.
Yep.
Carterville has not shot well from the field, and they've not shot well from the free throw line. This game could be a lot closer. Dare I say, Carterville even have the lead right now if they had just shot free throws better.
So Dave Taylor's, his second is on its way. 9.4 seconds left. Second free throw is good. 5-point lead now for Cairo. Carterville into the front court. Blake Jackson fires a long 3, no good. Rebound Heil. He's out of bounds, and it's going to belong to the Cairo Pilots with 1.7 left, and that is going to be the final. It's going to be 55-50, a 5-point win for the Pilots. That is the end of this contest. The Carterville Lions, they wind up in 6th place here this evening. Cairo finishes in 5th place. The 55-50 win for the Cairo Pilots. Let's quickly choose our Joe's Lawn Care player of the game. I would say it's going to have to go probably to Dave Taylor of the Cairo Pilots.
Yeah, every Cairo player played well tonight, especially in the first half. That's where Cairo won this game. They dominated in the first half, and they kind of took the foot off the pedal a little bit in the fourth quarter. But, yeah, Dave Taylor, he's our Joe's Lawn Care star of the game.
Rain or shine, sleet or snow, call Joe. You can call 534-8148. That's for Joe's Lawn Care, specializing in commercial and residential lawn care, landscape maintenance, spring and fall cleanup, snow removal. When it rain or shine, sleet or snow, call Joe. Dave Taylor, the Cairo Pilots. He is our Joe's Lawn Care player of the game. Carterville back in action on Friday night when they take on the Duquesne Indians. We're going to go on and skip aside. We got a Heron game that is coming up, and we've got to make room for Mike Murphy and Jason Carnes with the call. Thank you for tuning in. It's the Cairo Pilots 55, your Carterville Lions 50. That is it from the Mid-Winter Classic. We will talk to you Friday night from Carterville. Thank you for listening to Lions Basketball on News Radio WJPF. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate it. Talk to you.